Good evening once again. Welcome to Earlham Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports. Tonight, we're at the Athletics and Wellness Center on the campus of Earlham College as we bring you HCAC men's basketball. Tonight, the Quakers go for two in a row following their win at Franklin on Saturday by a final of 76-72. They've improved their record in the HCAC to 1-11. They're now 2-17 overall, and tonight they'll take on a Defiance team that was just on a four-game winning streak, but they've lost their last two, including their recent contest on Saturday. They lost to Hanover by a final of 78-65. The last time these two teams got together was all Defiance from the very beginning, as they shot lights out in that ball game, hitting at 55% throughout the entire contest. They beat the Quakers back on January 13th by a final score of 82-57. Couple of familiar faces, if you remember Earlham, about 3 years ago. The Quakers had Michael Parker and Chris Holmes, two players out of Lawrence North High School. They have since transferred to Defiance, so a couple of familiar faces will be facing the Quakers here tonight. When we come back in just a couple of moments, earlier today we had a chance to talk with head coach Jason Polikoff. You'll hear that interview. Also coming up, we'll scout Defiance a little bit further. The tail of the tape will put these two teams side by side. The latest HCAC men's update. We'll give you an update on the standings and, of course, starters and the tip-off coming up in about 13 minutes. Stay right there. This is Earlham Basketball right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. If you would like your athlete to take their game to the next level, look no further. New Vision Sports and their staff has over 20 years of experience in coaching and developing the serious-minded athlete. New Vision specializes in improving your basketball skills, overall speed, and agility. Find them on Facebook or Twitter, or give them a call at 765-977-5831. Again, call 765-977-5831, or go to their website at newvisionsports.com.
Injured athletes can be evaluated at Reed Orthopedic Center, 1400 Highland Road in Richmond. Request a same-day or next-day appointment to be evaluated by medical professionals who specialize in strains, sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, concussions, and other sports-related orthopedic issues. Call 935-8905. That's 935-8905. Or request an appointment online at reedortho.org. Reed Orthopedic Center, 1400 Highland Road in Richmond.
There are banks that are big, and then there's West End Bank. A bank with big ideas to help people, business, and industry. If you're just starting out on your own and want a new car, West End can help. Maybe it's your first home and you need advice on financing. West End Bank has ideas to help you. West End Bank, helping build better lives and a better community. West End Bank is a community bank with big ideas and home to a distinctive style of banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hey, we're back once again at the Athletics and Wellness Center. We'll have Coach Polikoff coming up in just a couple of moments. Mitch Blankenspor, the Sports Information Director here at Earlham College, joining us here on the pregame, who, by the way, was down in Franklin when the Quakers picked up a win a couple of nights ago. Hey, tell you what, nice win for the Quakers. They came close 2 games ago. They went into overtime, nearly got the win here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. They go down there and pick up a huge win.
Yeah, definitely. Franklin and I guess Earlham Troy are two teams, as you know, kind of struggle on defense. It was a very offensive game at Franklin. The Grizzlies got up by about 8 points with 6 minutes to go, and for the first time all season, you saw Earlham really lock down on defense and get defensive stops, and got within 1 point, trailing 71-70, and then for about 7 possessions, no one scored. Still from 71-70 for about 3 minutes, and Earlham got a rebound, called timeout with about 20 seconds left, and ran an isolation play to Elijah Wilson-Thomas, who hit a incredibly tough runner with a hand in his face from about the elbow to put Earlham up by 1 point, and after one more stop, forced a foul, and the rest is history there. So pretty huge win. Coach Polikoff, you talked to him this morning on our weekly update you do with the men's basketball program. He was relieved. He went looked up at the ceiling and said, finally, after a big win like that. But definitely a big confidence booster here for Earlham coming into down the home stretch here this season.
You mentioned Elijah, but how about Talon Alexander? Had a huge game.
Yeah, 26 points and 9 rebounds. I think he dished out maybe between 3 and 5 assists. Really huge game from a senior captain. Talon's capable of doing that. He's kind of a streaky outside shooter, but in that game he really looked to get down low and post people up, and I think sometimes Talon can fall in love with his jump shot a little too much. He can hit from the outside, as you've seen before, but again, when it's on, it's on, and when it's off with him from shooting the jump shot, and he really, enforced his will down low, and it's huge for Earlham.
Well, they're going to have to play well tonight. I know Defiance has lost their last 2, so they want to get a win here because things are kind of bunched up there in the HCAC standings, so it's a big game for them tonight as well.
Yeah, definitely. Defiance lost 2. That was a program that made the NCAA tournament last year, represented the league, actually upset the #1 team in the country on their home court in the first round. Not sure if you knew that, Wisconsin Whitewater last season, and lost a ton. And I think a lot of people expect Defiance to take a really big step back, and honestly, Troy, they haven't.
Yeah.
8-4, they were 8-2 and lost 2 contests, both to Anderson and to Hanover, 2 teams they beat on the road and interestingly lost at home. So I wonder if sort of Defiance is more comfortable on the road. They've got a big guy inside, Wade Woolley, as I'm sure you've looked at. Averages almost 10 rebounds a game, but maybe doesn't score a ton. So Defiance coming in here really needing a win to stay in that race for a conference berth.
And as I mentioned, 2 familiar faces, guys who played for the Quakers a few years ago, so transfers.
Yes, definitely. I'd also like to point out Scott Cutter, even though he's in his first season at Defiance, was an assistant at Hanover under John Miller and was also an assistant under John Miller when he was at Defiance. So Coach Cutter, not stranger to the HCAC, not a stranger to Defiance College at all, doing a pretty good job. But as you said, similar to the Mount St. Joe game for the women, you had two players, the Webb sisters, that kind of went to Earlham and then left for Mount St. Joe. You have this here this evening, so it kind of adds a little more fuel to fire for the Quakers.
All right, Mitch, good to see you again.
Thanks, Troy. Have a good broadcast.
All right, thank you very much. Mitch Blankenspore, once again, the Sports Information Director here at Earlham College. Again, we had a chance to talk with head coach Jason Polikoff about today's matchup and also their win on Saturday against Franklin. With Earlham Men back in action on a Wednesday night, they'll be home against Defiance. You can see that game right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. But before we talk about anything else, including how the game went, congratulations on a win down in Franklin. It just has to feel really good to pick up that victory.
I mean, yes. And as I keep saying, I'm just happy for the guys. They work very hard. Obviously, it's been a roller coaster ride all season, ups and downs in different capacities. But they fought so hard. They've worked so hard. They needed to see some scoreboard success, and they earned it certainly against Franklin. So I was happy for them.
We'll talk about it a little bit. What was the key to the win?
You know what? It's not one thing. It was a bunch of things. I think it really helped that our senior captain stepped up and had a tremendous game. I think Talon had he had like 26 points, 9 rebounds, something like that, and did a great job leading us all game. Not just on the court by example, but keeping the guys, even when we went down a little bit, keeping the guys motivated and encouraged. And then our sophomore Elijah Wilson-Thomas had a terrific second half. They really didn't have an answer for him. And when he got going, whenever he gets going, our team seems to get energized. So he got going a little bit, and then we got defensive stops. Guys really stepped up in the second half and took the defensive end seriously, which really helped. I think we held them to 31 points in the second half, which was probably the main reason why we ended up pulling out the victory. But also the execution at the end of the game was terrific. We needed a basket, and we got a basket. We needed a stop, we got a stop. We ended up fouling. They had opportunities to hit a 3 to tie the game, so we decided to foul them before they could do that. That was done perfectly. It just some of the things that caught up with us in previous games didn't catch up with us today or on Saturday, and it worked out for us. Yeah, no kidding. I'll tell you what. This campaign kind of reminding me a little bit of last year. You start to play so well down the stretch. Is it maybe the same for you? Do you see your team really now starting to put things together? Yeah, I mean, you think about it. Last year was a brand new team, literally brand new team. Everybody except for 3 players were brand new, and new coach, new system, new style. It's going to take some time to get adjusted. Well, you look at this year's roster. We have 16 on the roster. 9 of them are new. Yeah. Right. So that's more than half of the guys are brand new to not only this program but to college basketball. Yeah. So just like last year, it takes some time. I'm not looking too far ahead, but hopefully next year when we have almost everybody back, it'll be a little bit quicker to pick things up and get adjusted to it for everybody, not just the players, but for the coaching staff, and realizing who fits well where and all that. It's just like last year in that it just takes some time for guys to pick things up. But I'm really proud of the way they have developed and they've gotten better.
When you think about players not only taking time to pick it up, but they're learning how to play with each other for the first time in completely different systems, and getting to know each other sometimes takes a little bit of time.
Yeah, I mean, you look at our starting lineup right now. I mean, we have 3 freshmen in our starting lineup. Those are 3 guys who've never played college basketball before, adjusting to 2 other guys who had played together last year for the first time. So that's just our starting lineup. The same thing happens when you come off the bench. It's new guys who. So and I think just as I'm getting acclimated to them, they're getting acclimated to each other. Right. What works well, who does what well. You might say, well, it's a long season. Why now?
Yeah.
It takes time. If we were professionals, they're professional basketball players. Maybe it'd be a little quicker. But we're talking about 18 to 21-year-old young men, and it takes a little bit of time. And it's getting there. I mean, we're still, and I anticipate us having a really strong end to the season. But it's still a work in progress. Guys, there's still a lot we need to work on as a program. But it's just how much better we've gotten since the beginning of the season. It's exciting. It's exciting for now and for the future.
Certainly is. And by the way, they'll be back in action tonight against a Defiance team. They got you last time, but that was pretty early in the year, so you're a different ball club, and I'm sure they're a different ball club as well.
Yeah, I mean, they're very good. They're very good. I mean, they have some tremendous talent over there, and they don't run anything too extravagant. They really rely on their talent, and they had a really hot start against us last time we played them, and I think in the first 6 minutes, I think they hit 11 threes. It felt like they just made a bunch of shots, and we're at their place. And as a young squad, we don't travel well, and it just they got us early, and we're playing uphill ever since. So we're hoping tonight will be a little bit different story. We're coming in confident. We have a new game plan for how we're going to attack them. We're playing at home, so just kind of like Manchester, we're hoping that we've learned from the original game, the first game, and then tonight we'll come out. It'll be a little different story.
Coach, you'll be back in action again here on Saturday. And, boy, you look back at that Anderson game, and they shot lights out, 113 points, ended up scoring in that ball game, which is unreal. You score 85 and end up losing that one. Mm-hmm. What do you learn from that first one against them?
It's the same situation. I mean, that was even earlier in the season. I think that was even before Christmas break.
That's right.
So we were in our infancy at that point as a program, and to their credit, I mean, they played tremendous that day. I don't think they missed a shot. It felt like all night. We didn't help the cause defensively, and we've made a lot of changes since then. Yeah. And so I anticipate that we'll, it'll be a different story, knock on wood, against Anderson on Saturday. But as always, I'm really just focusing on Defiance right now. Right. But I know that the very least we will come out and we will look different against Anderson than we did the first time.
And always good to be home for 2 in a row, too.
Yes.
That's definite. So make sure you come on out to the Athletics and Wellness Center. Again, tonight, tip-off time at 7:30. Saturday, tip-off time, I believe, is at 3:30?
I believe it's at 3,
yeah. 3 o'clock, or at least scheduled for 3 o'clock on Saturday as well. You can support the Quakers in the next 2 home contests. Don't forget the women on the road at Defiance tonight, and they'll be back home as part of that doubleheader on Saturday. Hey, thanks for being with us. We'll see you next week as we continue to talk Earlham College basketball right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. Once again, Jason Polikoff, his thoughts about not only tonight, but again, what is coming up on Saturday as they'll be home here at the Athletics and Wellness Center once again. Real quick check of Defiance. They are a ball club that comes in actually losing their last 2 ball games. Let's take a look at these 2 teams side by side. It'll give you a pretty good idea of what to expect tonight. You see that the Yellow Jackets averaging 71 points per game. The Quakers still at about 65. As defensively, Defiance only giving up 71. They're shooting better at 46%. Also shoot better from the three-point range. They out-rebound their opponents by 5, and the Quakers averaging only 29 rebounds per game as opposed to Defiance averaging 37. Both teams very similar in the turnover department, as both teams at around the 13 turnover mark. That is tonight's Tale of the Tape. When we come back, we'll get the starters coming up and the tip-off on the way here from the Athletics and Wellness Center. This is Earlham Basketball right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, the very best in pizza and grinders. We use only the highest quality meats, cheeses, and vegetables. It's impossible not to taste the difference. Every morning we bake our bread to ensure our customers the freshest sandwiches. Mancino's offers more than grinders. They also have fantastic specialty pizzas and salads. Stop by for lunch, dinner, or after the game. Mancino's, 217 National Road West in Richmond. The taste of quality you expect.
Are you looking for a quality used car you can trust to take you where you want to go? Stop at Tony's Car Sales at 250 National Road West. Tony's has a top-of-the-line selection of low-mileage, one-owner cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, all hand-picked by Mike and Adrian Parker. Tony's is family-owned with 3 generations and 60 years of experience. Check out their selection at Tony'sCarSales.com or at 250 National Road West. Tony's Car Sales, where honesty, quality, and price sell cars. Jiffy Lube of Richmond features the Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change. As much as you paid for your vehicle, keep it on the road as long as possible. The Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change is more than an oil change. It's preventative maintenance to keep your car running smoothly. Jiffy Lube, 2993 East Main in Richmond. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, and Saturday, 8 to 5. Summit Computers manufactures their own line of competitively priced workstations and servers with only high-quality parts. They are registered and certified business partners with many manufacturers, distributors, and companies to offer competitive pricing as a value-added reseller. Their experienced technicians have a proven track record and are an invaluable support team for your information technology needs. Contact Summit at 939-2120 and at summit-computers.com. Back once again here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Defiance and Earlham. Michael Parker, 6'1", junior out of Indianapolis, played his high school basketball at Lawrence North High School. He gets the start tonight, as does Blake Dunbar, a 5'10 freshman. He'll wear number 15. Tyler Alexander is a 6'4 junior out of Indianapolis. He wears number 21. Chris Holmes, also out of Indianapolis and Lawrence North High School. He is a 6'2 junior, number 24, and Adam Nee is a 6'2 freshman out of Vandalia. He wears number 33. We'll see Wade Woolley also starting tonight, a 6'9 senior. He wears number 42. For the Quakers tonight, their lineup will look like this. Talon Alexander, a 6'5 senior out of Champaign, Illinois, wears number 11. Alex Topolovich, a 6'5 freshman, wearing number 24. Isaiah Ware, the 5'10 freshman out of Indianapolis. He wears number 10. Also, Kamari Hunter, a 6'2 junior out of Long Beach, California. He wears number 1. And also starting tonight for the Quakers will be Cheney Zolman, the 6'6 freshman out of North Manchester. He wears number 31. That means Elijah Wilson-Thomas will come off the bench tonight for the Quakers. Tyler Alexander for Defiance, averaging 17 points per game. Parker's at 13 and Chris Holmes at 10.1. We mentioned Woolley, the 6'9 post player for Defiance, averaging about 8 points per game. His big asset for Defiance is rebounding, as he is nearly at 10 rebounds per game. Defiance again at 8-4 in the conference. Right now, they are 2 games behind Mount St. Joe. They're tied with Rose and Hanover for the number 2 spot in the HCAC. Quakers basketball to get things underway here tonight. Thanks for being with us as the Quakers looking for their second win in a row. 12 on the shot clock. That's Hunter from the corner, and he misses it. And the rebound by Chris Holmes. Holmes, again, used to wear an Earlham uniform a couple of years ago. He, along with Michael Parker, both out of Lawrence North High School. Defiance averaging just over 71 points per ball game. Quakers double down low. Here is the pass back underneath, and the big fella inside. There's Woolley. First 2 points of the ball game. Did a nice job of the kick out and the repost. And Blake Dunbar, the 5'10 freshman, able to find him, and it's an early 2-0 lead. Quaker basketball. That's Topolovich, the kick out. Ware will find Hunter. Talon Alexander off a 26-point performance. Back once again to the freshman out front. The three-pointer by Topolovich. And Alex Topolovich gets the Quakers on the board, now 3-2. Earlham will be back here on Saturday when they will take on Anderson, a men's and women's doubleheader. That three-pointer no good by Dunbar. Topolovich with a rebound. Here's Kamari Hunter across the timeline. Quakers set it up back in the half court as Defiance will go man-to-man. Zolman handing off now to Hunter. Hunter, top of the key, shovels the pass to Ware. The screen by Alexander. Here's Topolovich. He will find Hunter on the left wing. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Ware, top of the key. His three-pointer the way, in and out, and the rebound by Michael Parker. Here come the Yellow Jackets. Quakers with a 1-point lead. Good look there at Adam Nee. Nothing there now for the Yellow Jackets. They'll reset things out front. Here's Blake Dunbar. Out on the high post to Woolley. Woolley at 6'9". That shot in the corner. Good, a three-pointer by Parker. And Defiance now leads at 5-3, 17:30 to go here in the opening half. Topolovich looking to post down low against Woolley. Zolman hands off to Alexander. He'll fire from 17. Got it. Talon picking up where he left off on Saturday, and the Quakers win on the road at Franklin. Earlham and Franklin both at 1-11 in the HCAC. Here's another three by Parker. Rolls in and out. Topolovich with a rebound. Quakers in transition. Hunter back to Alexander. Bad pass. Turnover for the Quakers. Back the other way. 3-on-2 break. Nice pass in the lane. Layup good by Parker. Dunbar gets the assist. Quakers get a timeout. Quakers did not get back in transition. 7-5 your score. Quakers trail it by 2. This is Earlham Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
The last time I was in for service at Best One, I let Roger know my brakes were squeaking. So they checked them out, and Roger told me it was just a little moisture. Not to worry. Everything was fine. Well, that was just the reassurance I needed. I trust the team at Best One, just like I trust my own dad.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark. At Best One Tire and Service, we only fix what needs to be fixed. When your car or truck leaves our shop, the service you request will be done right. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
Well, the Quakers got a timeout following the lack of transition defense, and Jason Polycarp quickly getting the timeout, and we have a whistle stoppage of play. They will whistle that one dead. I'm not sure if that was a shot clock violation, or as far as, like, I'm take that back, not a violation, but the shot clock not working properly at that point. So they put it to 25. Now they got it at 26. Well, now back to 28. We have had many games here at the Athletics and Wellness Center where we have had issues with the shot clock. And now they have it fixed, and here we go. Isaiah Ware inserted into the starting lineup a few games ago. He's done an excellent job running this ball club. Here's Talon for three, another one. Boy, Alexander playing well early, and the Quakers have a 1-point lead. Here's Dunbar off now to Parker. Woolley trying to post up down low. Topalovic giving away about 4 inches. Turnover for the Yellow Jackets. And the Quakers with a basketball. Ware crossing the timeline. Back to Topalovic. Hunter gets the screen from Alex. Alex will receive. Kick out to Hunter once again. Alexander to Zolman. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Ware. Ware deep in the corner. Back to Zolman. His three-pointer short. And Woolley with a rebound. Parker takes the outlet. Parker stopping, looking for help. Shot fake by Dunbar. And he will find a wide open Ney on the right wing. First points for Ney. And back to a 2-point lead. Now for Defiance. Here is Hunter. Topalovic a little bit ago trying to post up down low against Woolley. Again, he's giving away about 4 inches and several pounds. Here's a jumper missed by Ware and the rebound by Parker. And Defiance trying to build on their 2-point lead. Here's Holmes. He'll find Ney once again. His shot missed. And losing the basketball is Hunter. And it'll be Defiance basketball, and Hunter must have turned his ankle as he was very slow getting up. That's Kamari Hunter, the 6'2 junior out of Long Beach, California, and he's going to come out of the ball game. Elijah Wilson-Thomas will check in, and LeJay Kelly also checking in for the Quakers. Hunter had the rebound, but once he went down to that ankle, lost it. So Defiance, as they stop play to make sure that Kamari could get off the floor, the Yellow Jackets will have the basketball back in the half court. Chris Holmes out of Lawrence North. What a tradition they have in high school basketball. Woolley out in the high post, guarded by Kelly. In the corner now to Parker. Parker, pull-up jumper, no. Woolley with a rebound, but they're going to say he got the push on Taylor Alexander. So Woolley picks up his first, and that's your first foul of the ball game. Defiance will head to the bench. Nick Mesnard coming in, a 6'2 freshman, so they're going to give up about 6 inches right here. Devin Mangus will come in as well, a 6'2 junior in the next dead ball. Wilson-Thomas. Slip screen by Alexander, doesn't get the basketball. Here's the jumper on the way, good. Elijah Wilson-Thomas getting his first bucket of the ball game, and the Quakers tie the ball game at 10. Chris Holmes between the circles against the freshman for the Quakers, Isaiah Ware. Here's the drive by Mesner, the up and under, nothing there, and I think they got him for a travel. Woolley staying in the contest, and Mesner then with the travel, so another turnover for Defiance. 13:50 remaining. Here in the first half of plays, Isaiah will bring the ball up the floor. Here's Alexander. Talon driving, scoring. Talon off to a strong start. And the Quakers lead it by 2. Earlham shooting at 50% early, as is Defiance. Good look at Parker. Pull-up jumper, no. Rebound battle for Talon Alexander. Will come out with it for the Quakers. Topalovic. He'll pull the trigger. That's off the front of the rim. Woolley with a rebound. And back the other way we go. Here's Dunbar across the timeline. Now it'll be Parker looking for the screen by Woolley, and the switch for the Quakers is now LeJay Kelly will be guarding Michael Parker. And then they'll switch back, and another switch. Here's Woolley. Double team down low, and a reaching foul will be called in Elijah Wilson-Thomas. First foul for Earlham tonight. So the Yellow Jackets will inbound from the baseline. That'll be Blake Dunbar. Parker looking underneath, nothing there, so he'll work it back out front as Mangus again checking into the ball game. Here's Dunbar at the right elbow. Mangus guarded by Alexander. They're looking for Woolley underneath. Again, he has a size advantage. Draws the double team. His pass will be intercepted, and a steal there by Isaiah Ware. Another turnover for the Yellow Jackets. See if the Quakers take advantage of it right here. Wilson Thomas looking inside to LeJay Kelly. Now he has a size advantage as well. LeJay posting up, kicking back to Talon. Three-pointer no good. Woolley with a rebound as he took it away from Topalovic. Outlet pass will find Parker. Now Parker will slow things up. Woolley not expecting that pass. I don't think it was intended for him as Dunbar was there. Now Dunbar near the midcourt circle. Mesnard will hand off now to Mangus. Here's Woolley. And once again Dunbar. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Parker. Parker step back, top of the key. Woolley with 2. Now 1. Will he get it off in time? He did. Floater in the lane, no good. As Mangus can't get it to fall. Here's Wilson Thomas up the right sideline. He'll be cut off there by Dunbar. Skip pass to Topalovic. Once again, Alexander top of the key. Entry pass once again to Alex. Alex, a double team as Parker doubling down. Here's LeJay from 16, and that one can't get the roll. Parker with a rebound now for the Yellow Jackets. He's out on the run with a left-hand dribble. He'll bounce back to Mangus, and they'll set it up out front once again to Dunbar. Javon Hilliard will be coming in, the 6'6 junior out of Tech High School in Indianapolis. Here's Parker, top of the key. Now he'll pull the trigger from deep and get it. Parker with a 3, and it's a 1-point lead now for the Yellow Jackets. Ware will find Wilson Thomas at the right elbow. Kelly now to Alexander, the high post. He'll fire from 15. Got it again. And Alexander hot early for the Quakers. He's only missed maybe one shot here in the first half. Parker back once again to Mangus. His three-pointer counted. And a timeout on the floor. The Quakers get a timeout. 10:23 to go, first half. Quakers trail this one 16-14. This is Earlham Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hitters Hangout Academy has everything you need to train year-round to become a better player. They offer everything from cage rentals to private lessons and specialized classes. They offer hitting, infield play, outfield play, catching, pitching, strength, and agility for baseball and softball players alike. Their goal is to leave players with a better understanding of the game and to learn why they do certain things, and as always, play the game the right way. For more information, go to their website, hittershangoutacademy.com.
It's game time. The Sportsplex is now open. Get your teams together and come out for basketball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, golf, batting cages, wrestling, and much, much more. The Sportsplex also offers court rentals for your entire team to play a pickup game or to hold practices. Use our turf fields for multiple sports, including flag football, baseball fielding, and rugby. Sportsplex is open 7 days a week. Check out FamilyFitnessWorks.com for more information and current hours, or call 765-935-0111.
Quakers down by 2, 16-14, and Coach Polikoff for the second time calling a timeout. I don't think he was happy with his defense at one time in transition. And the last time, the three-point ball that was shot by Mangus at the top of the key. That's 2 straight three-pointers that the Yellow Jackets have hit. So it'll be Quaker basketball. Elijah Wilson-Thomas staying in the ball game. Also checking in for the Quakers will be Kyle Smith, the 5'11 junior out of Nashville, Tennessee. Isaiah Ware will find Wilson Thomas as LeJay posting up underneath. We mentioned that Hilliard has checked in. He's 6'6 and a junior out of Indianapolis. He wears number 50 for Defiance. Smith to Wilson Thomas. 8 on the shot clock. Behind the back dribble. Skip pass and a dangerous pass at that. Here's Smith. 2 seconds, 1 second, and the shot at the buzzer, as that's not what the Quakers looking for in that possession as Zolman missed it short. Back the other way. In transition once again is Defiance. And they don't handle that one very well as they set it back up to Dunbar with 9:37 remaining here in the first half of play. Good look at Mangus straight away. He'll work it left side. Three-pointer. That one is good as Mesnert stepping out and hitting the three. And they've now had 3 straight possessions in which they've hit a three-pointer. And now only 5-point lead, the biggest lead of the ball game. Smith to Zolman, top of the key. Here's Ware looking underneath to LeJay Kelly, who's posting up against Hilliard. Wilson Thomas looking for the screen from Zolman. Step back, pull-up jumper, count that one from 3. Boy, you talk about a player that's been playing better and better as the season goes along. That's Elijah Wilson-Thomas. Here's another 3 the other way by Michael Parker. That one saved from going out of bounds by LeJay Kelly. And Zolman nearly had that one stolen away by Mangus. Here's Ware. Crossover, and they get him for the carry. Turnover, Quakers. Chris Holmes will come back in, the 6'2 junior, and also back in for the Quakers, Talon Alexander. Also coming in for the Quakers will be Cole Benet out of Allen, Texas. He is 6'6 and a freshman. 8:41 to go here in period, or should say half number 1. And once again, we'll see another change. Going to mention Kyle Williams out of Van Wert checking in now for Defiance. As the Yellow Jackets back in the half court, here's Holmes. Holmes guarded out front by Smith, looks for the screen. Holmes down with the left hand, puts it on the floor, lost it, and we've got a foul call on Holmes after he turned it over. Kyle Smith of the Quakers getting the steal. And here's Kamari Hunter, who'd left the ball game earlier. Had twisted his ankle. He's back in the ball game. Sitting down will be Isaiah Ware. Quakers down by 2. Here's Smith getting the screen from Benet. Benet off the roll, looking underneath to Talon. Bad pass, turnover, and then Benet commits the foul. A little better angle that time for Cole, and he probably makes that pass to Talon. But he didn't cut down the angle very well, so the Quakers turn it over, and here is Chris Holmes once again, and we've got a foul away from the basketball. And if that's Cole Benet, he just picked up his second quick foul. He's coming out of the ball game. And Alex Topolovich will check back in for the Quakers. 7:56 remaining in the first half. Still a 2-point lead, which is turning out to be a low-scoring first half at this stage. With the basketball is Mesner down in the high post, and now the foul call is Kyle Williams driving baseline right. And that foul is going to be called on Talon Alexander, I do believe. That'll be his first. Quakers now with their fourth team foul. Defiance with 2 team fouls here in the first half. Holmes straight away, guarded by Smith. Mangus looking underneath as he works it out front. And now they'll find the big fella Hilliard. Hilliard triple team, almost lost the basketball. Quaker crowd here thought that maybe that was a travel, but the official said he touched it, or the defense touched it. Hilliard lost it on the baseline, able to regain the possession and score. It wasn't pretty, but Hilliard able to get it back before it went out of bounds. It's a 4-point lead. Screen out front by Topolovich. Wilson Thomas on the drive. He'll be fouled there by Chris Holmes. Quakers make a couple of changes. Colin Kamichik will come in. We'll also see Nick Sands. Sands, the freshman out of Warsaw. Kamichik, sophomore from Oxford, Ohio. And this time we've got a timeout by the Yellow Jackets. 7 minutes to go here in period should say half number one. I always got to remember the women are periods, the men are halves. 21-17, Quakers trail it by 4.
Hey, Chuck, where are you headed? Spinning's about to start.
I'm heading to CrossFit.
Isn't that for, like, the elite lifters or athletes only?
No, at FFW CrossFit, all workouts can and will be scaled to any ability level to welcome everyone.
Sounds great. I need to get out of the same old workout routine. I'm just not sure I can keep up. It seems pretty intense.
No real lifting experience is needed. FFW CrossFit teaches you everything you need to know and move at your own pace in a positive, motivating environment.
You know, I've always wanted to give it a try. I'll see you there.
Learn more at ffwcrossfit.com.
Well, Defiance calling their first time out here in the first half of play. Quakers basketball, let's see what they've set up following the timeout. Alexander at the right elbow. He'll find Hunter, gets the screen. Hunter drives down the lane. We'll find Topalovic on the wing. Three-pointer good. Topalovic with the three, and the Quakers now trail it by 1. Alex with a couple of baskets here in the first half. In the corner, Parker, his three-pointer missed. Topalovic with a rebound for the Quakers, and Earlham a chance here now to take the lead. Very short lineup now for the Quakers. 2 6'5" players in as Hunter fires and misses. Topalovic with a putback. And the Quakers lead it by 1. I mentioned the Quakers have 2 6'5" players in the ball game, and we've got another whistle and a foul. And that may be a, well, did he step out of bounds? We'll see. May have stepped out of bounds. No foul call, so a turnover by Defiance. Adam Ney will come back in. Also back in will be Wade Woolley. And we'll see the freshman point guard Blake Dunbar come back now for Defiance as they've now seen their lead disappear. Alexander, top of the key, looking to Sands to his left. Nothing there for Talon. Now he put it on the floor, give it to Hunter. Gets the screen from Topalovic. 12 on the shot clock. Topalovic to Sands. Here is Talon. Turnaround, quick release. Missed it. And the rebound by Mangus. Mangus out on the run as he comes across the timeline. Stripped out of his hands, and looked like Sands had the steal, and they'll call the foul. Boy, looked like Sands had a pretty good steal that time, but the official said he got a part of the arm, and so we'll stay here. Quakers just now picked up their 5th team foul. May will give it back outside to Dunbar. That'll be Mangus. Woolley down low. Woolley draws the double team as the Quakers look to defend down low as best they can against the 6'9" post player. And a foul called on the Quakers. Topalovic will pick up the foul. We mentioned he's giving away about 4 inches. And also, tell you what, Woolley, big fella, and Topalovic just not big enough. So the Quakers have been doubling down defensively. So once again, Defiance back in the half court. Mangus looking for Woolley, off his hands and out of bounds. Elijah Wilson-Thomas coming back in. Also back in will be Isaiah Ware. Sands will sit down, and Kamichik will sit down. 5:10 remaining here in the first half. Alexander will give it quickly to Wilson-Thomas. Back to Talon. Talon forcing his way inside. Missed it. And high for the rebound. Woolley for Defiance. Dunbar slows it up once he comes across the timeline. He'll find Mangus. Quakers stay man-to-man. A lot of screening away from the basketball. Mangus on the drive, had it blocked by Alexander. Quakers come up with it. Here's Hunter. Hunter quickly finding Ware. He'll go to Topalovic, and Alex will be called for the offensive foul as he ducked the shoulder. So the Quakers will be charged with a turnover as well. 7th team foul now on the Quakers. LeJay Kelly coming back in for Earlham. And we're down to 4.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Quakers lead it by 1. That's Parker. Back once again to Dunbar. He'll find Ney. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Woolley. Put back, no. And boy, I tell you what, Woolley really did a good job climbing in order to get that offensive rebound. The foul's going to be called on LeJay Kelly. That'll be his first, and team foul number 8 now on Earlham. And here's Woolley at the line. Woolley unable to get number 1. Woolley is a 68% free throw shooter. As a team, though, Defiance, pretty good free throw shooting team at 70%. Second one on the way, missed them both. Talon Alexander with a rebound. So the Quakers hold on to a 1-point lead here in the first half. Wilson Thomas with the screen for Ware. Wilson Thomas gets it back. The feed back to Ware. Good ball movement to Alexander. Three-pointer good. Excellent ball movement that time for the Quakers. And that extra pass paying dividends as Alexander gets another 3, and the Quakers lead it now by 4. Here's Michael Parker. Boy, what a different ball game this one is as opposed to the first time these two teams met back on January 13th. Parker for 3. He stays cold. Rebound Kelly. Quick outlet pass will find Ware. Ware changing directions will set things up in the half court now for the Quakers. Here is Alexander again, this time off the mark. LeJay Kelly with a rebound. That ball did not hit the rim, so the shot clock is down to 9, and the Quakers turn it over. Here's Dunbar near the left sideline. We'll set it up out front. Now it'll be Parker on the right wing. Dunbar between the circles. They're looking for Woolley underneath, and I think they got LeJay Kelly again. Now, LeJay goes at about 6'5" as well, so he's giving up a lot of size to Woolley. Woolley probably at about 270. Quakers make a change as Talon Alexander will come out. Cheney Zolman, the 6'6" freshman out of North Manchester, checking back in. 2:58 remaining, and that free throw's good, so Woolley, after missing his last 2, able to get on the board. It's a 3-point ball game. Second free throw by Woolley. A better touch on those 2. Back to a 2-point lead. Quaker basketball. Ware will walk that one across the timeline. Looks for the screen by Kelly. Wilson Thomas coming off the screen opposite side. A block shot by Woolley, but the foul will be called, and Elijah Wilson Thomas will go to the free throw line. Elijah's the top free throw shooter in the country, shooting at 94%. This year he has been to the line 49 times. He has hit 46. Now make it 47 of 50. Javon Hilliard back in. And Woolley will sit down. Woolley now with 2 fouls. Second free throw by Wilson Thomas on the way and good. And the Quakers now on a 4-point lead. 2:38 remaining. Here is Dunbar. He will find Parker back to Dunbar. He has Ney to his left. Dunbar's going to drive. Boy, he drew contact and no whistle. He thought he got fouled as the ball goes out of bounds. LeJay Kelly there to get the block. And you see Defiance will inbound with 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Boy, dangerous pass and a turnover. Intended for Mesnard. And no one going to the basketball, so now we'll see Devin Mangus come back in. And coming out of the ball game will be Mesnard, so an extra guard checking in once again for the Yellow Jackets. Ware will go to Hunter. Wilson Thomas on the drive. He'll pull up on the jumper. Nothing but net. Quakers now lead it by 6. Mangus with a basketball. Checked there defensively by Hunter. Ney driving baseline. Feeds in the corner to Parker. Had to look down to see where he was on the floor and almost went out of bounds. Back out to Mangus. Gets the screen by Hilliard. Shot clock is at 7. Here's Parker. Launches it. Left it short. Long rebound by Isaiah Ware for the Quakers. And with 1:39 to go, the Quakers can continue to build down a 6-point lead. Here's LeJay looking for Zolman. Turned it over. Probably should have taken it up with the left hand. It was going that direction. But a turnover by the Quakers. Here's Dunbar off now to Parker. Cut off on the baseline. Ney back outside to Mangus. He'll drive. Shot no good. Coming out with it will be Kamari Hunter. And we'll head the other way. Quakers get another stop. Here's Ware. The screen by LeJay Kelly. Wilson Thomas driving. Back to Kelly. Hunter's wide open in the corner. They missed him. Shot by Kelly no good. Probably not the shot that Jason Polikoff wanted. And now we're down to 50 seconds remaining here in the first half. Defiance, not a whole lot of running here tonight. They've been setting up in the half court the majority of the time. Here's Mangus, 10 on the shot clock. He'll give it up now to Dunbar. Dunbar, the high screen by Hilliard. Dunbar bypasses the screen. He'll find Mangus for 3. Good. Boy, tough shot by Mangus as the clock was running out. And now they can shut the shot clock off. We're down to 17 seconds remaining in the first half, and the Quakers will play for the final shot. Kelly sets the high screen for Ware. Ware stops, turns, shoots, and hits it. Tough shot by Ware. 2 seconds remaining at the buzzer, and that will do it. We head to the locker room. Quakers on top of this one, 31-26. Stay right there. We'll have your halftime numbers coming up in just a few moments. This is Earlham Men's Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
There's only one place to go on the World Wide Web to find the best automotive deals. Wetzelauto.com. One of the area's largest inventories all in one spot. Wetzelauto.com. Here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wetzelauto.com. New and used vehicles, service, parts, body shop, and rental. Plus, value your trade. It's easy to navigate. It's convenient. Wetzelauto.com. It's clickin' awesome.
Reynolds Plumbing, the area's leader in residential and commercial plumbing. Fast, friendly, 24-hour emergency service. You name it, they can fix it. Whether it's installation, remodeling, sump pumps, well pumps, water heaters, or sewer camera service, they now have service on heating and air conditioning. Give them a call at 966-0994 for free estimates. Reynolds Plumbing, 198 South 2nd Street in Richmond.
Are new cabinets on your wish list? Visit the new Georgia Direct showroom and see the great variety of cabinets on display in a modern setting. Georgia Direct carries quality craft-made one cabinets, and the new showroom has plenty of styles and colors on display. In Richmond, craft-made one is only available at Georgia Direct, where the designers are always on hand to help create a custom kitchen for your home. Visit Georgia Direct's new showroom on 40 East, next to Red Lobster. You'll love what you see, and you'll love the savings at Georgia Direct.
Do you need help taking care of your car? I know we do, because Troy can barely change the position of the seat. That's why we take our cars to Beach Automotive at 110 East Main Street in Richmond. We've been relying on Brad and his crew for years, and they always take good care of us without breaking the bank. For great auto service by trained professionals, call Beach Automotive at 966-8181 or visit their website at beach-auto.com.
If you're wanting to be around a team that competes and goes out there every day and pushes you to be your best baseball player, then this is the place to come.
You just get excited to come out here every day. I mean, we got a press box, we got a top-of-the-line facility, top-of-the-line education, great talent, and, I mean, there's so much to love here.
This isn't my program. This isn't my assistant's program. This is all of our programs, the players to the coaches, and we're all invested in what goes on here. This is what I call a baseball fraternity. I want to feel like they're a vital part, and every single one of our players are a vital part of what goes on here.
For this program at Earlham, it's more of a family environment. Everybody, there's no cliques or anything. Everybody loves each other just as much. Everybody hangs out with each other on and off the field. We believe in the team first rather than at a D1 program. People are more worried about their stats. We worry about more as a team aspect, and we'd rather hit 250 and win a conference championship than hit 450 and finish last.
I'll be without you. Surrender.
Earlham's ranked in the top 100 in the nation, school-wise. We got great programs. Teachers know what they're doing. They know you by your name. They don't just know you just because you're an athlete. They want to get to know you. They help you out. And at a D1 school, even D2 schools, there's a bunch of kids in classes, like 70 to 100 kids in a class, and they don't really know your name. They don't care. They just want you to turn in papers. But here, they work with you. They want you to learn more stuff.
If you wanted to expand your horizon of a lot of things, especially the academic part, Earlham is probably the best choice. And to put icing on the cake for baseball, if you love baseball and you love the game and you want to keep playing, Earlham's probably the best place for you. You're blessed with all the facilities, blessed with great coaching staff, and everything's basically right here in front of you to create the best person you can possibly be through baseball and academics.
My only desire to bridge on division.
First year we had the facility, we went from a 12-27 team to a 21-18 team. Big turnaround, first winning season since 1971, and it wasn't new players coming into the program. We took the players we had in the program and made them better through practice and the facility that we have now that allows us to be out here in bad weather and be able to work in multiple areas and not wear bare spots down in the grass and all that. So this allows us to make the players that we have in the program better by our practices and through those things. Now it helps us recruit a better student athlete with having this facility as well too, so that when a kid sees this, he thinks he's not missing anything by not going to Division I. He's getting that experience here.
We've got one of the best facilities in D3. I can tell you that right now, because this is just as good as Cincinnati. Like, they had a monster at Cincy, we got a monster here. Scoreboard's just as good, turf field's just as good, clubhouse, locker room, cages, everything is just as good as the D1 facility.
Absolutely amazing. You couldn't really get a better facility. I've been to a few D1 programs too. Our facility compares just to like their facility. Playing on an all-turf field is awesome. Has its ups and its downs. Our locker room is amazing. Everybody's always in there. We always like to bond in there. And having the training room right next to it is really easy for after practice. If people need treatment, just hop in there real quick. Won't have to worry about anybody else, any other teams. It's baseball oriented. We get in, we get out, and we go on with our business.
I came to Earlham because the coaching staff is just unbelievable. Coach Sack is just a hell of a coach, and then Coach JB, there's not much he doesn't know. I mean, and it's great to pick their brains.
Our motto, "Earn Not Given," is definitely meant to what it is to play for Coach Sack. You know, he goes to bat for us with everything. You know, he always has our back through on and off the field, through thick and thin, anything. He'll go and talk to you about anything, and it's awesome playing for someone who truly cares for you and truly cares for the team.
I love playing for him. I could say he's one of, if not the best coach I've probably ever played for. Even outside of baseball, he's going to fight for us no matter what. Even on the field, he's going to fight for us. If he doesn't think something right, he's going to tell you. He's going to be blunt about it. He's going to he holds us all accountable. And I think that's the most important thing, because on the field, we know we're playing for him, and he knows he's coaching for us.
You know, it's not anymore where we have moral victories. We're going out there and we're trying to win as many games as we can to get ourselves in the conference championship, win that conference championship, and play for a national championship.
The group of guys we got coming in all have been a part of winning programs their entire life. So when we all get here, we all have the same goal and the same aspirations to become the best team in the conference.
We want to be as competitive as we can be, and we're going to give them an experience that they're not going to get anywhere else. With the facility, with the academics, with the gear, with everything that encompasses what this program's about, they're not going to get that somewhere else. So you want to be a part of this, jump on early so you can.
I bought my car told me I needed new tires. So of course I stopped by Best One and asked Roger to take a look. So they checked it out, and he told me not yet. He said I was good for at least another 10,000 miles. I've always gotten an honest opinion at Best One, and so will you.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark at Best One Tire and Service. We'll only sell you tires when you need new tires, and they'll be the right tires for your car or truck. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
Maybe you haven't heard, but there's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show Cheers. You know, where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some of your friends and try out a game of live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else are you going to find this kind of variety, along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
For over a century, Richmond Power and Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, Richmond Power and Light is advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. For more information on Richmond Power and Light, go to their website at rp-l.com. Richmond Power and Light. Together, we make powerful partners.
Earlhamites, you don't need to be on the heart to feel close to it. Your Earlham Alumni Council is here to help all of our alumni stay connected, to support students, and to ensure that Earlham is strong for years to come.
Halftime, Quakers on top 31-26. Sports Information Director Mitch Blancasport, kind enough to be back with us once again here at halftime. It's been since the 2010-2011 season since the Quakers have beaten, or just before that, they've beaten this Defiance basketball team, and I thought they played extremely well in the first half. Didn't shoot as well, I'm sure, overall, but still managed to turn the Yellow Jackets over 7 times and now have the lead.
Yeah, Troy, and that stat there dating back to the 2010-11 season, that's when Earlham joined the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference. So before that, I don't know how long it's been, but not since Earlham's joined the league. A couple observations from me. I know you've been kind of harping on the men for good reason about poor shooting. 48% in the first half is pretty good, I'd say, from Earlham's side. And I'd also like to give the Quakers some credit. That was one of the better defensive halves that I've seen Earlham play basketball. They really got after it. You said forcing Defiance into 7 turnovers, only 9 of 23 from the field, but 6 of those have been from beyond the arc. Interesting for Defiance. 6 of the 9 field goals have been coming from 3. And the other sort of last-minute observation I made, that until Isaiah Ware hit that sort of fadeaway jumper there to end the first half, only 3 players had scored for Earlham.
Yeah.
So those 3 players being Taylor Alexander with 12, Elijah Wilson-Thomas with 9, and Alex Topalovic with 8. So kind of maybe not the most balanced there for Coach Polikoff, but I think you got to be happy if you're him heading into the second half.
You know, one thing you notice about Earlham after that loss here in overtime, and they lost the next game, they go to Franklin when they seem to have a little different swagger to them. They seem to be playing much more confident.
Yes, and I think confidence is definitely something that maybe people that follow athletics don't really value as much. You know, getting in that win column, as Jason has said in your interview this morning, was huge for this team. And as you said before, almost beat Manchester, maybe could have, should have beat Manchester, whatnot. You know, and then went down to Transy. It's always a long trip, but after this win on Franklin, really been kind of an inspired half of basketball here for Earlham. But again, you got to put 2 halves together to beat a pretty solid Defiance team.
Mitch, thanks, sir.
Thank you, Troy.
All right, Mitch Blancasport joining us here at halftime. Again, let me give you some quick numbers. Quakers did shoot 48%. They were 12 of 25, 39% from three-point range. They only shot 2 free throws in the first half. They finished with 13 rebounds, 2 offensive boards. 6 assists, 7 turnovers, 2 blocks, and 3 steals. In the scoring department, Talon Alexander with 12, Alex Topolovich with 8, and Isaiah Ware with 2. Elijah Wilson-Thomas coming off the bench with 9 points. For Defiance, they shot 39% in the first half. They were 6 of 16 from three-point range, good enough for 38%. 2 of 4 from the free throw line. They finished with 14 rebounds, 7 assists, 7 turnovers, and 4 steals. They were led in scoring. Michael Parker with 8. He really struggled shooting, only 3 of 10 in the first half of play, 2 of 9 from three-point range. He again finished with 8. Mangus finished with 6 points in the first half. Woolley with 4. 3 points by Mesnard and 3 points by Ney. 2 points by Javon Hilliard in the first half of play. Dunbar and Holmes did not score in the first half of play. Second half action coming up in just a few moments. Quakers on top at halftime, 31-26. This is Earlham Men's Basketball on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
There's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some friends and come play live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else can you find this kind of variety along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
If you would like your athlete to take their game to the next level, look no further. New Vision Sports and their staff has over 20 years of experience in coaching and developing the serious-minded athlete. New Vision specializes in improving your basketball skills, overall speed, and agility. Find them on Facebook or Twitter, or give them a call at 765-977-5831. Again, call 765-977-5831, or go to their website at newvisionsports.com.
There's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some friends and come play live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else can you find this kind of variety along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
Let's give you one side note. Now that Tyler Alexander, the 6'4 junior and the team's leading scorer, did not play in the first half. He averages 17 points per ball game. He will start in the second half now for Defiance. He wears number 21. Again, he played at Northwest High School in Indianapolis. So Defiance hoping their offense will pick things up here in the second half. There's a three-pointer to start the second half by Parker. And a good start by the Yellow Jackets as they now trail it by 2. Quaker basketball. Ware will give it off now to Topolovich at the left elbow. Gets the screen from Hunter. Topolovich, the feed to Talon Alexander. His three-pointer missed off the back of the iron. The rebound by Michael Parker. He'll take it coast to coast. Off-balance jumper, no good. And the offensive rebound, Holmes, as he takes it away from Alexander. And then Michael Parker hits another three. And just like that, Defiance scoring the first points of the second half. They now lead at 32-31. Quakers basketball. That's Topolovich once again. Talon driving baseline. Back to Topolovich. 15-foot jumper went 14. Talon Alexander with a rebound for the Quakers. Here's Kamari Hunter against Michael Parker. Talon top of the key to Isaiah Ware. He'll take it baseline left. Hunter, his shot on the way, no good. Rebounded by Woolley. And here come the Yellow Jackets once again. Dunbar at the point. And here is Tyler Alexander. Skip pass will find Parker in the corner. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Cheney Zolman for the Quakers. Quakers trail it by 1. Just underway here in the second half. Talon, three-pointer, count it. Talon another 3, and the Quakers regain the lead by 2. You can tell that with Holmes out there, Parker out there, and with Tyler Alexander, this Defiance team a little better scoring. Again, we don't know why Tyler Alexander did not play, but now he's back in the lineup. Drives, feeds off to Woolley, bucket good, and he's fouled. Well, there's one thing that Tyler Alexander can do. Quakers pick up their first foul of the second half. Tyler Alexander averaging 17.1 points per game. He leads the team in, second in rebounding behind Woolley at 9.3. Averages 7 rebounds per game. Free throw by Woolley is good. And Defiance leads it by 1. That foul was on Talon Alexander as he just picked up his second. Isaiah Ware with the basketball at the right sideline. Now with a left-hand dribble. Off now to Hunter. Hunter bouncing to LeJay Kelly. Kelly almost lost it. Feeds it back to Hunter. Floater in the lane. No good. Ball tipped out. It'll be Zolman picking it up. Quakers get a fresh 30 on the shot clock. By the way, Alex Topolovich is checked out of the Quaker lineup. That's why LeJay Kelly is back in. Alexander in the high post. They got to cover him right there. He can hit that shot rather easily when Talon is on. Here's Hunter. 8 on the shot clock. Ware working there against Holmes. Driving inside to Kelly. Layup good. So Isaiah Ware able to break down the defense, getting it to LeJay Kelly right where he wanted it. Here's Tyler Alexander. Tyler going right at the defense, feeds it off and stripped out of the hands of Holmes. Another nice pass that time by Tyler Alexander. It's probably a shot that Scott Cutter, the head coach, would like to see him take. Of course, they're going to get a lot of Indiana players with Brandon Ramsey off their coaching staff as that shot's missed by Alexander. That one rolling off the front of the rim off a nice inbound play. Here's Isaiah Ware. Ware looking now to Kelly at the top of the key. LeJay will give it off down to Hunter at the left elbow. LeJay now sets the screen. Hunter will find Ware down to Alexander in the low post. 10 on the shot clock. Hunter back once again to Ware. Shot clock at 7. Ware will fire this one and get it from 3. Quakers now lead it by 4. Tyler Alexander once again guarded by Chaney Zolman. He's going to need some help as Alexander just blows by him. Can't get it to go. Holmes with a rebound. Back to Parker. Wide open is Dunbar. Hits the 3. Fouled by LeJay Kelly. And a chance for a 4-point play. Boy, LeJay made the ultimate mistake right there is fouling the jump shooter, especially from 3-point range. And LeJay just picked up his 3rd. And the free throw, though, is going to be missed by Dunbar, so no rare 4-point play. Topolovich is ready to come back in for the Quakers. It's a 1-point lead for Earlham. Here's Hunter taking the screen up front by Zolman. Kamari with the right hand, back to Ware. Ware looking inside to LeJay Kelly, guarded down low by Woolley. Now to be Alexander. Quickly turns, fires, and hits it. Boy, he has such a quick release. It's awful hard to block that shot. Once again, it'll be Defiance basketball. Now, they made a change here. LeJay Kelly backing off of Alexander. Here is Parker. Parker guarded there by Ware. And now they'll go back to Alexander. He's going to look to break down LeJay Kelly. Shots on the way and another foul, and LeJay just picked up his 4th. And that time, Defiance going a little 1-4 low, and they went ahead and let Tyler Alexander do it himself. Zolman, there's really no way that Zolman can guard Tyler Alexander, so they tried LeJay Kelly, and he just picked up his 4th. And Alexander able to hit the free throw. So now the question is, if they keep, speaking of Defiance, playing that little 1-4 low, and he's been able to kick it out. Who do you bring out to guard? And if you try to double him, he's been able to find the open man. Second free throw, no good. Talon Alexander with a rebound for the Quakers, and Earlham still holds on now to a 2-point lead. Elijah Wilson Thomas in the ball game. We have a foul away from the basketball. First foul on Defiance, as that will be blown on Wade Woolley. Woolley just picked up his third. Chris Holmes coming out for Defiance. Woolley will sit down. Ney is back in, and also checking back in will be Mesnard. So it'll be Quaker basketball, fresh 30 in the shot clock. Wilson Thomas, top of the key, guarded there by Parker. Here's a three on the way, no good by Talon. Ney with a rebound for Defiance, quickly handing off now to Dunbar. Dunbar push it across the timeline back to Tyler Alexander. And so it's going to be up to Topalovic to guard him. Topalovic tried to stop him, and he can't. Layup good by Alexander, just too much quickness there for Tyler Alexander, and he gets that head of steam going. And there was no help that time for Alex. Tied at 41. Talon Alexander guarded by Tyler Alexander. Talon will find Ware. They're looking inside to Topalovic. Alex receives on the block. Alex with the right hand, hard off the glass and good. Topalovic had Mesner down low. Topalovic has about a 2-inch advantage. Here is Tyler Alexander again. He'll drive and miss it. Head coach Scott Cutter thought there was a foul. Quaker basketball. Talon for three. No. Rebound Tyler Alexander now for Defiance. Lead pass will find Parker. Parker looking underneath. Turned it over. Pass intended for Mesnard. Talon Alexander with a steal. And here is Elijah Wilson Thomas. Back to Ware at the left elbow. 13:24 to go in the second half. There you see Ware at the bottom of your screen. Entry pass will find Talon. Back to Wilson Thomas. Will drive, offensive foul, wave off the basket. Michael Parker able to take the charge. Back in the ball game will be Colin Kamichik. Played briefly in that first half. Elijah Wilson Thomas picked up his second foul as Talon Alexander now will sit down. So now we just have one Alexander in, and that's this guy right here, Tyler. Nice pass, but stolen away. Elijah Wilson Thomas read it well. Turnover for Defiance. Here's Wilson Thomas, three-pointer, no good. Long rebound by Dunbar. Now Dunbar down in numbers. He'll pull up on the jumper. Can't get it to go. Topalovic the rebound there for the Quakers. And now Earlham will slow it up. Here's Ware across the timeline. Quakers work it right side. On the elbow to Wilson Thomas. Here's Isaiah Ware. Thomas coming off the screen to the left elbow. He'll drive baseline. Little floater on the way. Good. Elijah with the bucket, and the Quakers now lead it by 4. And we've seen this Defiance team there for about 3 straight possessions. Let Tyler Alexander break down the Quaker defense. Here's Dunbar. Dene on the right wing, back to Dunbar. Now it'll be Parker straight away. Mesnard will find Alexander. Skip pass. Ney, three-pointer. Good. Boy, both teams shooting pretty well here in the second half. And we're down to 11:47 to go. Quakers lead it by 1. Wilson Thomas out front to Zolman. Topalovic double teamed off to Zolman. Shot clock at 14. Kamichik will give it back to Ware. Sets it up in the midcourt circle. Screen by Topalovic. Ware for 3. Got it. Another one by the freshman. Quakers lead it by 4. Isaiah Ware played his high school basketball at Crispus Attucks High School. They're one of the top teams in the state once again this year. Parker gives it off now to Dunbar. Now it'll be Alexander between the circles, and they're going to go a little 1-4 low once again. Alexander on the drive, Feeds it off now to Dunbar for three. Can't get it to go. Zolman the rebound. 10:52, and the Quakers will get a timeout. 10:50 remaining in the second half. Quakers on top by 4. This is Earlham Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, the very best in pizza and grinders. We use only the highest quality meats, cheeses, and vegetables. It's impossible not to taste the difference. Every morning we bake our bread to ensure our customers the freshest sandwiches. Mancino's offers more than grinders. They also have fantastic specialty pizzas and salads. Stop by for lunch, dinner, or after the game. Mancino's, 217 National Road West in Richmond. The taste of quality you expect.
Are you looking for a quality used car you can trust to take you where you want to go? Stop at Tony's Car Sales at 250 National Road West. Tony's has a top-of-the-line selection of low-mileage, one-owner cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, all handpicked by Mike and Adrian Parker. Tony's is family-owned with 3 generations and 60 years of experience. Check out their selection at Tony'sCarSales.com or at 250 National Road West. Tony's Car Sales, where honesty, quality, and price sell cars. 10:50 remaining. Quakers on top of this one, 48-44. And it will be Quaker basketball. Each team hitting some big threes here in the second half. Maybe none bigger than what we have seen in the freshman Isaiah Ware. Cole Benet back in the ball game. He'll give it off now to Topalovic. It'll be Isaiah with the basketball, getting the screen from Alex. Wilson Thomas intended for Benet and taken away. Wade Woolley back in once again for Defiance. Here's Alexander. Now it'll be Ney to Alexander on the left wing. Boy, dangerous pass again. Here's a wide open jumper right side by Parker, and the three-pointer good. So we're back to a one-point ball game. I was watching that pass by Alexander. He just kind of flung it to the other side of the floor, got a little bit careless with it. Wilson Thomas on the drive, lost it out of bounds, and good defense by Parker. Quakers with a turnover. Kalen Alexander coming back in now for the Quakers. Kalen leading the ball club with 17 points, leading the way for Defiance. Michael Parker with 17. Elijah Wilson Thomas with 11. Alex Topalovic with 10. Here's Alexander. Double team. Ney, top of the key for three. Can't get it to go. Rebound Woolley. Lost it between his legs, and a foul by Ney as Elijah Wilson Thomas able to come away with it for the Quakers. Defiance now shooting 43%. They have now shot 24 threes tonight. They're 11 of 25. The Quakers 8 of 21. This is a game where we haven't seen that many threes by two teams in quite some time. We still have 9.5 minutes remaining. Wilson Thomas looking now to Topalovic. Alex trying to back his man down. Feeds it to Wilson Thomas. Back to Alexander with a shot fake at 12. Wilson Thomas on the drive. Pull back on the way. Left it short. Woolley with a rebound. Here's Alexander. This is Tyler Alexander. He's going to take it himself, and a jump ball is going to be called as Topalovic not backing down from Tyler Alexander, able to tie him up, and a turnover for Defiance as they lose the possession arrow. Devin Mangus will be coming back in for Defiance on the next dead ball. Quakers basketball. That's Topalovic at the left elbow. Benet with a backdoor cut, nothing there. Talon comes off the screen, missed the shot. Benet with a rebound, taken away, though, by Dunbar. Here come the Yellow Jackets once again. They trail it by 1. Here's Tyler Alexander, off to Ney. Woolley out on the high post, gives it off to Parker. Still plenty of time on the shot clock at 14. Alexander to Ney. Ney guarded by Topalovic, to Woolley, back to Ney. Here's Alexander. We'll go Alexander against Alexander. Tyler feeds it off to Woolley inside. Can't get it to go, but he's fouled. Well, you can tell Tyler Alexander though at times will make some questionable passes. He's done a nice job finding the open man more than once here tonight. Foul, by the way, was called on Topalovic. That will be his third. Quakers just picked up their fifth, and Woolley at the free throw line able to connect and tie this ball game at 47. Cheney Zolman coming in. We'd mentioned that Mangus back in, and they will set Tyler Alexander, the junior out of Northwest High School, the Space Rockets. Second free throw's on the way. It is good. So Defiance now leading this one 49-48. And we're coming up on the 8-minute mark. Wilson Thomas falling down, trying to get through that screen. Ware back out front to Zolman. Looking left, he'll go to Wilson Thomas. Gets the screen from Zolman. Talon back once again to Topalovic. Alex driving left hand. No. A little bit too strong. And the rebound by Mangus. Here's Mangus. He will find May on the right wing. Back to Mangus. Parker, top of the key for three. Wide open. And now Defiance on top of this one, 52-48. A 4-point lead now for Defiance. Here's Wilson Thomas. His three-pointer no good. Woolley with a rebound. Quakers need a stop right here. And that one knocked out of bounds by Wilson Thomas. We'll see Kamari Hunter check into the lineup now for Earlham. Isaiah Ware will get a break. And we will also see Nick Sands come in, and Wilson Thomas will sit down for the Quakers. He'll get a word with head coach Jason Polikoff. So Defiance basketball. Here's Mangus. Out top as he works there against Zolman. Three-pointer, top of the key by Parker. In fact, he was a few steps behind the three-point line. And all of a sudden, it's a 7-point lead for Defiance. Parker with two big buckets. And there's a bad pass, stolen away by Mangus. Mangus, little European step, layup good. And the Quakers need a timeout. 7 minutes remaining, and Defiance has now opened up a 9-point lead.
Banks that are big, and then there's West End Bank, a bank with big ideas to help people, business, and industry. If you're just starting out on your own and want a new car, West End can help. Maybe it's your first home and you need advice on financing. West End Bank has ideas to help you. West End Bank, helping build better lives and a better community. West End Bank is a community bank with big ideas and home to a distinctive style of banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Injured athletes can be evaluated at Reed Orthopedic Center, 1400 Highland Road in Richmond. Request a same-day or next-day appointment to be evaluated by medical professionals who specialize in strains, sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, concussions, and other sports-related orthopedic issues. Call 935-8905. That's 935-8905. Or request an appointment online at reedortho.org. Reed Orthopedic Center, 1400 Highland Road in Richmond.
Well, the Quakers have seen the Yellow Jackets go on a run and now opening up a 9-point lead, 57-48. And how about Michael Parker? Boy, he was too wide open at the top of the key. And he's hit a couple of big threes in a row. Parker now leading all scorers with 23. And the Quakers almost lose the basketball again, and we've got a tie up at midcourt, and they do get the turnover as Earlham gives up the possession arrow. We will see Tyler Alexander check back in now for Defiance. May will sit down for the Yellow Jackets. And right here, you're figuring that head coach Scott Cutter looking to put the dagger in the Quakers as quickly as he possibly can by bringing Alexander back in at this point. Here's Mangus looking for Alexander. He'll kick it back outside to Dunbar. Another three on the way short by Parker, and there's an offensive rebound by Mangus. And they'll get a fresh 30. They just out-hustled the Quakers to the basketball in that possession. That skip pass intended in the corner for Parker from Alexander, knocked out of bounds by Cheney Zolman. Well, Earlham needs a stop right here. And then come back and do something with their next possession. One thing you don't want to do is go down double figures this late in the ball game. 6:24 to go. Defiance will be able to use some clock. They're down to 12 on the shot clock. Here's Alexander against Alexander. Spins. Tyler scores. Boy, he is tough. Quakers have not found an answer to try to stop him one-on-one. And if you come to help, he finds the open man. Here's Hunter across the timeline. We'll find Zolman on the right elbow. Back once again to Hunter, guarded there by Dunbar. Kamari looking for Talon. Talon has a size advantage over Mangus. Here's the kick out. Topalovic three-pointer, no good, and the Quakers have gone cold. Here's Tyler Alexander. Down the lane, a lot of contact. Blocking foul called on Topalovic. They'll wave off the shot. And Alex Pick I thought he had pretty good position, but it depends on where he was. If he was inside the circle, it doesn't really matter. Isaiah Ware, LeJay Kelly, and also back in for the Quakers will be Elijah Wilson-Thomas. That was the fourth foul on Topalovic, who's played well tonight. And another 30 on the clock. Quick entry inside. There is Tyler Alexander. He pinned his man off, and he did it well. Back the other way. Here is Elijah Wilson-Thomas. Missed it. Cheney Zolman, the putback good. And the Quakers down by 11. 5:24 to go here in the second half. Earlham needs another stop right here. Here's Parker. Boy, they've checked him up a little bit closer. Now it'll be Alexander. Alexander against Kelly. Tyler on the drive. Left hand kisses it off the glass and good. Back to a 13-point lead. Here's Isaiah Ware. Wilson-Thomas at the elbow gets the screen from Kelly. He'll drive back to Talon. Talon 15-footer, no good. And the rebound once again from Mangus. And Earlham right now can't buy a basket. They got the one by Zolman, and that's been it. And now Defiance will back it out, and they'll go a little 1-4 low once again. Kelly out front. Skip pass will find Parker. His jumper good, and a three-pointer by Parker, this time on the right wing. And they're just shooting everything in here now in the second half. And we've got a blocking foul called. Is Elijah Wilson-Thomas on the drive. And that'll be Tyler Alexander picking up the foul. Well, to give you an idea of how well they're shooting right now, in the first half, the Yellow Jackets had shot only 39%. They're at 50% for the ball game. Parker with 26. And they're 14 of 29 from three-point range, good enough for 48%. That's the most threes we've seen shot by one team, at least an opposing team, I think, all season long. Entry now to LeJay. LeJay to his right. Left-hand shot, no. He took it against his body. Ball tipped out and nearly saved by Dunbar. It'll be Quaker basketball. .412 remaining. Quakers down by 16, and it happened quickly. Here's Isaiah Ware. Screen there for Topalovic. Ware from 17. No. LeJay Kelly with a rebound. I think it may have skipped off the front of the rim. So the Quakers got a fresh shot clock. Here's Topalovic. Took it in the lane. Ball loose. LeJay Kelly has it stripped away, and we've got a foul on Kelly after the ball was taken away by Dunbar. And LeJay, I think, just picked up his fifth. And timeout by Defiance as LeJay Kelly is fouled out. Quakers down in this one by 16. This is Earlham basketball on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Jiffy Lube of Richmond features the Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change. As much as you paid for your vehicle, keep it on the road as long as possible. The Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change is more than an oil change. It's preventative maintenance to keep your car running smoothly. Jiffy Lube, 2993 East Main in Richmond. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, and Saturday, 8 to 5.
Defiance will go to the free throw line. That, by the way, was the 7th team foul called on the Quakers. And we were looking back at these statistics. 53 three-pointers have been shot tonight between the two teams. Dunbar able to hit the free throw. Defiance shot nearly 56% the first time these two teams got together, but it was from the very beginning. They got hot here in the second half as Dunbar gets them both. And the Quakers down by their biggest margin of the ball game at 18, and this was not an 18-point ball game just a couple of minutes ago. Alex driving baseline. Tries to go to Smith in the corner, knocked away by Tyler Alexander of Defiance. Quakers still have 15 on the shot clock, but they'll take it out, you see, deep on the sideline. Here's Elijah on the drive. High arcing jumper. Got it over Woolley. And Elijah Wilson-Thomas on the board for the Quakers. But Earlham still a long way to go, and now they're forced to trap. Here's Parker. By the way, they're doing this. We'd mentioned earlier about Chris Holmes. He had not played well in the first half. He's been on the bench for quite some time. Here's Tyler Alexander trying to break down Topalovic. Nearly lost it. Scoop shot with the right hand. No, and then the dunk off the rebound by Woolley. Nobody boxing out Woolley for the Quakers. Under the 3-minute mark. Wilson-Thomas on the right wing against Parker. We'll give it back to Topalovic. Alex will shoot the three and hit it. Now the Quakers need a stop right here. Here's Parker. Down the lane, and boy, that's too easy again, but Talon Alexander had to make a decision. Who do you take? Quakers not in transition defense, picking up the necessary men, and that time it cost him an easy bucket. 72-55. Here's Talon. Off now to Ware, blocked inside by Woolley, and Defiance basketball. And we're just over 2 minutes remaining. Right now, Defiance, they can milk a lot of clock right here. Still 16 on the shot clock. They'll take it under 2 minutes. And right now, you're down 72-55 as Tyler Alexander drives. It went off his leg and out of bounds. And the one thing you want to do against him, he's a left-hander. You want to make him go to his right. Kamichik will come back in for the Quakers. Nick Sands will come back in. Talon Alexander along with Isaiah Ware and Elijah Wilson-Thomas all coming out of the ball game. So now you got to find somebody who's going to score for the Quakers right here. Sands off to Topalovic. Topalovic back to Sands. And we've got a foul underneath. They're going to get Parker against Topalovic. That's only the 4th team foul now called on Defiance. Colbonet will come back in for the Quakers. Topalovic will sit down. Benet will get off to Sands, and I think the Quakers have pretty much said this one is over. Here's Hunter. Minute 27 ago, so the Quakers, after picking up a win on Saturday, will lose this one here tonight, though they played pretty well for the first half and into the second half. And we've got a change now, just a timeout to make a change, as we'll see Kyle Williams coming to the ball game now for Defiance. Jonathan Ragland also checking in. Javon Hilliard will come into the lineup, and also Dylan Hagan. Hagan out of New Philadelphia, 5'9" freshman. And we're down to a minute 10. Good look out front to Mangus. Mangus, he's going to pull up for three and hit it. Well, they've hit everything in the second half. There's just no doubt about that. They were the better shooting team in the second half. 20-point lead, that's your biggest of the ball game. Here's Smith, gets the screen by Benet. Kyle driving inside, and the foul will be called on Hilliard. And the Quakers will go to the free throw line. Earlham will play Anderson on Saturday. That's a team that the Quakers gave up 113 points to back on December the 5th. Earlham scored 85 in that ball game and still lost. That 85 points, the most points they scored all year. Anderson right in the thick of things. They're 7-5 in the HCAC. If the Yellow Jackets are going to win this one, they're going to go to 9-4. Quakers will fall to 1-12 in the conference. And we're down to our final 35 seconds. Williams almost knocked away by Sands. Floats the pass out front to Hagan. 10 on the shot clock. Hilliard, the kick out, another pass. It'll be Hagan for 3, no. But an offensive rebound at Defiance with the last 10 seconds. We'll just run this one out, and this one is over. So the Quakers will lose this one here tonight. Your final score, Defiance 75 and Earlham 57. We'll come back and wrap it up, give you some final numbers in a moment. This is Earlham Basketball, Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Game time. The Sportsplex is now open. Get your teams together and come out for basketball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, golf, batting cages, wrestling, and much, much more. The Sportsplex also offers court rentals for your entire team to play a pickup game or to hold practices. Use our turf fields for multiple sports, including flag football, baseball fielding, and rugby. Sportsplex is open 7 days a week. Check out FamilyFitnessWorks.com for more information and current hours, or call 765-935-0111.
Hitters Hangout Academy has everything you need to train year-round to become a better player. They offer everything from cage rentals to private lessons and specialized classes. They offer hitting, infield play, outfield play, catching, pitching, strength, and agility for baseball and softball players alike. Their goal is to leave players with a better understanding of the game and to learn why they do certain things, and as always, play the game the right way. For more information, go to their website, hittershangoutacademy.com.
And one final time here at the Athletics and Wellness Centers. The Quakers lose it tonight 75-57. Let's give you some of the final numbers here tonight. Boy, second half shooting was just a huge difference for Defiance. They finished on the night 51%. I remind you again, they were at about 36% in the first half. So it gives you a pretty good idea of how well they shot in the second half, and especially from three-point range on the game. Defiance 15-31. They were 48% from three-point range, 15 three-pointers here tonight. They out-rebounded the Quakers 31-27. Quakers turned it over 14 times. Defiance only turned it over 4 times in that second half, and Defiance had 17 of their points off turnovers here tonight. They also led in bench scoring at 25-17, and their largest lead of the ball game was at 20. Michael Parker led Defiance with 28, 11 points by Mangus, 11 points by Woolley, 5 points by Dunbar. Holmes did not score tonight in his 13 minutes. Ney had 6. And Tyler Alexander finished with 9, 3 points by Mesnard and Javon Hilliard. He finished with 2. Quakers were led in scoring by Talon Alexander with 17. Alex Topolovich had 13. Elijah Wilson-Thomas also with 13 points on the night. 8 by Isaiah Ware. 2 points tonight by Cheney Zolman. 2 by Kyle Smith. And 2 points by LeJay Kelly. Quakers back in action coming up on Saturday, as we mentioned. They will be home against Anderson. We'll have both the men and the women's games right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. Things will get underway at 1 o'clock. The men will probably tip off somewhere around 3:15, 3:30 Saturday afternoon. But your final score again here at the Athletics and Wellness Center, Defiance 75, Earlham 57. Thanks for being with us. This has been Earlham Men's Basketball on Radio Troy Digital Sports.